I feel like now that we're getting ready to travel, and now that it seems like the country is slowly opening back up. I mean, at the time of recording, Japan have finally let in, work visas and student visas after like what, 2 years? Is it
like 2.5?
2 years? And who knows what the situation is going to be like now when this episode actually is released. Maybe the country will be open, and maybe a bunch of you are going to be traveling to Japan for tourism and stuff like that.
They're not going to open it.
Well, the best case scenario is that before the year ends, people start coming.
So hopefully this episode will come in handy when you do eventually come to Japan.
Yeah.
But I mean,
so
it's
like,
probably going to be a while though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lots of time to plan out your route.
Well, like many people have pointed out, Japan unfortunately has an extremely older population.
Yep.
And old people don't really leave Japan, and a lot of them have never left Japan. Never even gone out of the country.
Yeah.
So a lot of the people, I think it's like 80 or something, 90% of people agree with the travel ban.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas other countries, like Europe, UK, it's like, well, I've got to have a holiday in Benidorm. My cousin's who lives in Poland.
Of course, people in
something,
UK want the country to be open because otherwise they'd be stuck in the UK.
Yeah, exactly.
And where the fuck is there to go on a holiday in the UK? Butlins?
Yeah, which is it's just why it sucks because obviously a lot of people from America, Europe, don't really understand why Japan isn't opening up, and it's like, well, you need to kind of understand the general.
Well, it's also because
consensus.
Japan puts probably the most amount of effort into their domestic tourism.
Well, that ties into the whole elderly population. People
elderly people are like, I want to travel, but I don't want to get on a plane.
Right.
Yeah,
I know, I'll get on a bullet train and go somewhere completely different.
Yeah,
even though it's
But let's just be optimistic.
Okay,
for once, guys.
I'll stop being pessimistic.
For once, let's just be optimistic and let's be like, you know what? Maybe the old people will change their minds and be like, you know what? Tourism, good, right?
Pretty sure every single war has started because the old people haven't changed their mind.
Pretty much. So let's say Japan is open and you are planning a trip to Japan, and you've heard us talk about a fuck ton of things in about close to 100 episodes now. So you don't know where to look because we've been talking about Japan for 100 episodes, so you don't really know even where to start.
Or maybe we've set a location place and you're like, what or who is that?
Yeah. So we thought it'd be fun to just have an episode where it's just collectively what we actually recommend or don't recommend about Japan if you're going to plan our trip. Use this episode as a placeholder just to listen to it and be like, oh, that sounds interesting.
And if the place sucks, you can blame us.
Pretty much.
I obviously, it depends on how long you're going for. That's the biggest.
Yes.
We're talking 5 days. All right, maybe you can still go out of Tokyo.
Yeah. But 5 days, you can very easily just stay in Tokyo and have a great time.
I mean, the first 2 times I came to Japan, I never left Tokyo.
Yeah, exactly.
Mainly because I was scared. And
of the old people.
Well, they were gonna beat me. No, I mean, using the Shinkansens and stuff is kind of intimidating.
It is daunting,
if no one has ever helped you do it.
Yeah. No, it's intimidating because obviously in Tokyo there's a safety net because a lot of things in Tokyo are built with the idea that there's going to be people from abroad coming to visit, right? So a lot of places have English menus still. It's way more friendly and open. Whereas if you go outside of Tokyo, you want to go eat and you're just like, okay, this restaurant probably doesn't have English on it.
Dark Souls level difficulty incoming.
It's like this 70-year-old shop owner has probably never seen a foreigner in her life.
Exactly. And it is daunting, even nowadays for us, even though we're well traveled, sometimes I can do it, but sometimes I have to psych myself up.
I'm Japanese and I get intimidated.
Yeah,
because they look at me and they're like, "You're not Japanese," and I'm just like, "Oh God, what do I do?"
I don't know when it happened. I just stopped giving a fuck about being awful at Japanese a few months ago. Yeah. So now I just talk, and then
you get over it.
Yeah. I don't know if I do good, but I always get what I need.
Yeah.
So whether or not I'm doing it right or not, I get my tonkatsu.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, just pretend. Okay, POV. You've just landed and you're on a trip with the boys. We're going to show you around. It's your first time to Japan.
Life hack number 1.
Okay.
Fly to Haneda. Don't fucking fly to Narita.
Yes.
Don't.
Actually, that is
that's
step number 1.
Top 3 locations in Japan that suck ass. Narita Airport.
Which, I mean, it might not be you might not be able to avoid anything on which airline you fly with. If you're, because I know a lot of the major airlines, I think Emirates and all those, all go to Narita.
Yeah.
NRT, you want to go to HND if you can.
Yeah.
Because You have to get a train.
For one, Narita's not in Tokyo.
Yeah, Narita
Yeah.
is in Chiba, right?
Yeah.
It's like in the middle of fucking
it's
nowhere.
further away from Chiba, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's-
Also, to get into Tokyo will cost you like $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, it
40
depends.
bucks,
If you
50
go on
bucks.
the Narita Express, which is like the most famous like bullet train-esque thing from Narita Airport, it's so expensive.
It's actually like $80.
Yeah.
If you go
What?
on the
What? But there's a
Narita
Skyliner
Express.
as well, which you can get.
Yes.
But like, I didn't know about that the first time I came to Narita.
because they don't advertise
They don't advertise
They only
it.
advertise
Yeah.
the Narita Express
Yeah,
because
which
it's
is half-
convenient.
Yeah, it's because like the Narita Express is the big kind of
Goes to Shinjuku, right?
yeah, it goes to
Yeah.
Shinjuku,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
But yeah, it's the big one that's advertised about how to get into Tokyo, and like a one-way ticket there, using the Narita Express costs about I think $80 to $100.
Yeah, fuck that. So that's like $200
Yeah,
if you go to
and
Narita.
the first few times I went to Japan, I did not know that there were other choices that you could make. So if you have to fly to Narita, we highly recommend the Skyline,
Yeah, Skyliner.
which is cheaper than the Narita
It's
Express.
cheaper and it stops at more places.
Basically, when you get off your plane at Narita, you're done. Go to the trains, and there'll be like a bunch of ticket things, but there'll be one specific office that says Skyliner.
Yeah.
You can't miss it. They speak English as well, so go there
Yeah.
and ask them.
and you
It's
pay
about
like
$40.
Yeah,
I
you
think.
pay like half the price. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great.
And it's just as fast.
It's got a
Yeah,
vending machine on
it's
the
actually
train.
just as fast, which is
Yeah.
why I'm just like, why is the Narita Express twice as
I
expensive?
because
don't
they can get that money though.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, go to Haneda. Haneda's super easy. You're basically in where are you near in Haneda?
Near like Odaiba.
Yeah,
yeah,
Odaiba,
yeah.
Tokyo Teleport.
So you're actually
that kind of stuff.
one, you're in Tokyo. Two, you can take the subway.
Dude, the fucking
And you can take the monorail.
Dude,
Yeah,
the
you take-
monorail has a sick view, dude.
Yeah.
take
the
the
monorail
monorail.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Or you can just get a cab if you're lazy.
You can get a cab, train, or monorail, but
Yeah.
the most aesthetic one is definitely the
A
monorail.
lot of the cabs have the English-speaking computer thing in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
used it.
Right.
I just shouted at them. I'm like, go here! Yeah, this I've never seen them. Maybe I should test it. Just see how it goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give it a go.
Yeah, so like we said, first step, if you can fly to Haneda, we highly recommend you fly to Haneda because you're gonna have you're gonna have like a way better experience. It's gonna be less stressful getting
It's
out
just
of Narita.
genuinely as well,
and
just
also,
a really nice airport.
yeah, it's a really nice airport. You get better views,
Yeah.
and it's also cheaper. So that's basically every reason you could possibly think of to fly to a certain airport over another. If you have a choice,
It's
of
normally
course.
more expensive to go there, but the costs of like the train tickets and transportation
Yeah.
might
Make up for it.
make
Yeah,
up for
yeah.
it, or even
Yeah,
save some
exactly.
money.
So it offsets the cost.
It's like
a bit.
Gatwick and Heathrow
Yeah.
in London. Gatwick's a joke. Gatwick's basically in Brighton. What's the fucking point of that airport?
It's great for me.
It's annoying as fuck. It's literally not in London.
What's the other airport that you guys?
Heathrow.
No, there's one more, right?
Oh no, Luton. No, don't.
No,
fucking-
no,
Yeah.
no.
Don't get a Luton.
Then we go to then we got like Stansted and all that
Oh,
shit. And
dude,
I don't even
no.
count those as like fucking airports, okay?
Those getting to Stansted and stuff like that is more difficult than get it like the journey like to France.
Yeah. I
Right,
know.
right.
Yeah.
Awful, awful
It's
place.
ridiculous.
But we're talking about Japan. Right
We're talking about Japan, yeah. We're
So
talking about
POV,
Japan.
you've just landed in your airport. Where are you going to stay? Where would you recommend staying? What's the best pay area? do you
In
think?
Tokyo?
Upper Hotel.
Alright.
Said no
okay.
one ever.
I mean,
Okay.
you've got a lot of options, right? Like
Yeah.
Appa Hotel is literally the same price.
Don't do Upper Hotel.
But all right. Yes, you might have to deal with racist books in your hotel room, which
No,
sucks.
it's-
but it's like the same price as like a capsule hotel.
It's a closet.
It is
Yeah,
because it is
yeah.
a capsule hotel.
Yeah, I mean, you get a bed though.
I would highly
window.
recommend
Can't open
Airbnbs. Airbnbs
I don't
is
know, I
is my best experience in terms of accommodation staying in Tokyo.
Which
In
might
Tokyo?
be difficult though because of the recent like Airbnb.
you get
law. Like, they
some
got rid of like
weird,
80% of the
dude.
Airbnbs.
Even after, because I have stayed in Airbnbs since they've got rid of a lot of Airbnbs,
Yeah.
and they are still like 10 times better than most hotels in Tokyo. And the reason is because most hotels in Tokyo are just business hotels,
Yeah.
right? They come with the assumption that you're just going to stay, like the guys staying there aren't even going to be in the hotel at all.
Yeah, unless
right?
you're staying at like a Hilton. Like everything
Yeah.
else is just like
Yeah, everything else
A closet.
is just a closet or a shoebox.
I don't know. I think there's some decent ones. I think I've stayed in. I don't know
Yeah.
where though. They're pretty
For a
reasonably
decent
priced.
price?
Yeah, reasonably priced.
I'm sure there is, but
I think you have to look. You do.
Yeah.
You do have to look, but I feel like with Airbnbs, there's just you.
Tokyo is absolutely saturated with hotels. There's
Yeah.
a lot of hotels. So
Yeah.
like you.
because they nerfed all the Airbnbs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can definitely find a good hotel if that's what you want. Because I get it. Sometimes you don't want to deal with an Airbnb because sometimes it's kind of a weird experience. You have to sometimes
Really?
You
I don't
sometimes
think
sometimes
so.
you have to get the key in a really weird way, and then sometimes you're in an apartment building and you get stared at and stuff, and then also you're like
You gotta
I-
go to the neighbor's house,
Yeah.
and sometimes
knock
you're-
3
yeah,
times.
and sometimes you're like you don't really understand how the locks work and stuff. You're like, I get it. A hotel sometimes
Yeah.
is just like boom, card in. There's services. They can do your laundry and stuff. I get it.
I just feel
it's
like
up to you. It feels like
it's up to you. But like to me,
are
like
you a Garnt or a Connor? Or
Connor
Joey just lives
Connor
here.
just likes to be pampered all the time.
No,
He just wants everything done for him.
When
You know.
when I'm on a vacay, little vacation, little getaway. I wanna worry less about things. I want to safe in my room.
Yeah, but you're also probably staying at a Hilton.
I am not staying at a Hilton. That's like a one night thing if I'm lucky. I'm like, the wallet. Oof. You know, I feel like it's a waste staying in a luxury hotel for like more than one day because like you want to do shit like. You know what I mean? Like you want to go outside. Like just get a hotel with enough room where you can be comfortable eating a cup noodle in it if you want.
Okay, let me sell you on the Airbnb.
All right, Garnt's going to pitch it to you. I'll pitch a hotel to you.
Okay, because with Airbnbs, you have more amenities. You have a working fucking microwave or like one of those, like a lot of Airbnbs have one of those mini grills. So if you want to like go to Family Mart or 7-Eleven or Lawson's and buy the famous fried chicken that Connor and Chris have eaten a lot, but you don't want it cold, you can perfectly just grill it in your Airbnb.
It's warm.
It's warm when you buy it.
What do you mean? It's warm when you buy it.
How long are you carrying around this Family Mart?
I don't know. I'm not okay. So like I
will say probably the one country on earth you don't need a microwave is Japan.
Yeah.
There's literally one on every corner that you're allowed to use freely.
That is true. Actually, that is true.
I love as well how that was your first argument. It's like, guys, they have a microwave.
They have a microwave.
Don't worry.
Okay, but no, like normally, like I found that you get more room in your Airbnb as well. You
can.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
a lot of the times, the hotel rooms, it's just a shoebox where you don't have room to walk at all.
That is
with
true.
Airbnbs,
I've had both of Airbnbs.
Yeah, with Airbnbs, you actually have walking space. Sometimes you have like a living space and like a bedroom space, which is good. Another thing is that a lot of Airbnbs I found in Japan, especially, they come with portable Wi-Fi. Right, so a lot of the times you don't want to faff around with getting data in Japan because it's such a hassle. But with so many Airbnbs, basically about 90% of Airbnbs I've stayed at, the owners are kind enough to provide you with a portable Wi-Fi, which not only works as the Wi-Fi in the Airbnb, but works as a portable Wi-Fi which you can take with you as you're traveling around Japan.
Although I will say that I think most, if not all, train stations in the Tokyo area have free Wi-Fi.
It's really fucking annoying to connect to it though. Actually.
Yeah.
But also every McDonald's has a free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, just honestly, just get it from the airport. There's like a bazillion of these.
It is
Wi-Fi.
expensive as fuck though. Data here is expensive as
Yeah,
fuck,
it is.
especially if you're a tourist.
You're gonna need it though, honestly.
You are going.
Maps. Google Maps is literally your best friend on that.
Yeah.
I still use it.
With the amount of walking you're going to do, especially.
Yeah,
Everything,
but like
everything.
if you have like an international plan for data or something, I highly recommend that because buying data here, which is why I recommend Airbnbs if they give you portable Wi-Fi, buying data here as a tourist is really, really fucking expensive. It's like $70 for like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, there's
like
vending
that for 4
machines.
gigabytes.
Vending machines at the airport that do SIM cards.
Really?
That do data only SIM cards.
Yeah.
They are quite pricey, but you know it'll do what you need to do. Because I mean, Google
and
Translate
you can get a
is very
vending
good.
machine experience right off the bat.
Right? Yeah. You're like, oh my god, I've never bought a SIM in a vending machine.
It's like, oh my god, a vending machine that actually works.
Yeah. There's also you can just like type in portable Wi-Fi, whatever airport you're going to. There'll be ones you can get as well.
Yeah.
Well, one piece of advice for me that I want to tell people is get a Suica.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because that's going to be your best friend as well.
This is a Suica card. Okay, this is the equivalent to an Oyster card, although I don't believe we use
Metro
Oyster cards in
the
it, like
US.
Metro cards. It's really easy because you can get one at basically any machine on the Metro or anything like that here.
It's like 500 yen.
Yeah, it's like 500 yen, and you can load it up immediately. Every machine has an English option and multiple other languages as well, so you don't need to worry about learning Japanese to buy a Suica card.
Oh, it's super easy, and same with bullet trains.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also you can pay with it if you don't want to deal with cash. Load up a shit ton of money. Every single fast food chain and every single konbini will accept it. Every
most
taxi driver.
vending machines as well, they accept
vending
it.
machines, trains,
Taxis within
taxis,
Tokyo.
everything.
Which is very, very useful because if you don't remember this, then you're going to be needing to bring cash. Do not expect to be able to pay by card anywhere. Just some places do accept it, but don't expect to come into a place, even if it looks like a big establishment that should have a card machine. A lot of places don't accept cards or even credit cards.
To be fair, it is getting better recently.
It
like
is.
a lot more places now, especially like since when I first moved, I remember like half the places I went to didn't accept card at all. But like I feel nowadays like most places in central Tokyo accept card, but also, you know, it's the Suica is good because again, you can use it not just at a restaurant but literally anywhere.
Yeah.
So super handy.
Yeah, but also just carry cash with you always. Yeah. Because you're going to need it for something in Japan.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know what it is immediately, there's always going to be one little thing where this place doesn't accept anything but cash, or machine doesn't accept anything but cash. You're going to need it. So don't assume that we're like in Japan's like every other, you know, first world country where we have a cashless
society. Especially if you're going to like a mom and pop like shop, right? Like,
like,
exactly.
Like
the old like restaurants and stuff like that, they'll usually just be like, nope, cash only.
Yeah, yeah.